Hello, YouTube family. Greg D, aka the DCUO Gingerbread Man, back here with another loadout video. Today, doing another requested one, highly requested one, which is mental. So, we're going to focus on mental might DPSing today. As always, uh, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Your boy is on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so anything that you can do to help us get closer to that goal is greatly, greatly appreciated, whether that's subscribing, hitting the thumbs up button, all of that good stuff. Also, as per I always say, it's not meant to be OP, not meant to be meta. This is just kind of what I use on my alternate character. Wanted to try it on my main one, um, see how it did, see how it stacked up. Um, but I'm not by any means saying that it's OP meta, all that good stuff. So take that for what you will, uh, because as I always say too, there's always one or two comments on each video that's like, "Oh, this sucks. Oh, you shouldn't use this." No, 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 no. Okay, I get it, but um, again, this is just a loadout that I've been using on my alternate character with mental, so I wanted to try it on the um, main one just for all the stats and artifacts and all that good stuff. So what we're going to try using, and what I want to do too is uh, I want to try the new magma vortex thrown in here as well. But we're going to do spore pod first, so just letting you know that. We're going to try Tantu, Omega, Quizlet, Transcard, Sinestra's Ring. As you all know, I do, or I should say, I'm a big fan of the pages artifact, but for me personally, and I know not everyone is this way, but for me personally, I feel like pages is better if you're going to go like precision or hybrid. So if you're like a totally precision DPS, if you're a hybrid DPS, if you're a healer, if you're being a battle tank, a battle healer, a battle troll, I feel like pages is better for those. Um, because again, in the quantum video that we posted, you have to use your weapon attacks to kind of get, um, the self healing with Clarion. So to me, with a might based loadout, really doesn't make sense to use your weapon attacks at all. So um, I really don't want to use it that way. And we're not using a supercharge in this loadout either. So I won't have like I have Gemini, I won't have Scrap, I won't be using Flash or Static as any of the allies there. Speaking of allies, we're just kind of throwing together Constantine. He's my go-to combat ally. Uh, Batman who laughs for the random buffs. Starfire for the might buff. I do need to level up Starfire. You could clearly throw in, if you use Trinket Pets, which I do, you could throw in Emperor Aquaman for the buff there. You could throw in um, Shazam to get the might and precision buff when you have Constantine running. So it's literally just up to you. I mean, if you, like I said, if you were using a supercharged spam build, you could throw in Static, you could throw in Flash. So um, just things to keep in mind there. And then as far as the skill points and everything, so we're not doing precision at all. So I only have the 1 point in our weapon. Then I have a 1 point in the flight. Iconic wise, I've got Spore Pod, Magma, Sidekick, which I'm using in the loadout, and then Neo Venom boost in case. That's usually a good go-to for a supercharge. If you don't necessarily like any of the supercharges within your power, you can use Neo Venom boost. It's always a good go-to. Um, yep, and then so we're doing super powered because it's might based, critical attack chance, critical attack damage, everything else in might, and then if you have any other skill points left over, you can pretty much throw them wherever you want. Mental is a troller power, so you could throw them into your troller attributes if you so choose. You know, I'm just throwing them into health to make myself a little bit more tanky. But again, you can kind of throw these wherever you so choose. Um, so yeah, and then as far as the loadout is concerned, so we're doing Psychic Prison, Visibility, Spore Pod, Cryokinesis, which will be our spam for Omega, and then I'm using the Robot Sidekick. Now, when you are in invisibility, don't worry about any of these. Basically, I'm only going to clip these two. Um, and then that's it. You'll come back, and then you'll see. You'll see. So, without further ado, Hulu, let's get it. And then what I want to do, so I want to run through this first. We're going to go straight across, left to right, and then we're going to try it with magma and see if there is much of a difference at all. So we're literally going to pop those two together, flip those two, we're going to do that, and then you'll notice you'll get that, and then you're going to basically just spam Omega until, and my robot sidekick went away, of course. Come on, robot sidekick, don't fail me now. So right off the bat, I'm noticing that the sidekick doesn't want to play. Now, that usually doesn't happen very often, so let me try this again. Hold on a second. But you can see we're already doing better than we were. So let's try this again. Pop it, pop it. See, now usually that doesn't happen, where sidekick will disappear like that, so I don't know why it's doing it now. Usually I don't have that issue. But, well, in that case, let's do this. We can just do this. How about this? You could throw a supercharge in here, or since sidekick doesn't want to play, we can come over here. We'll put this in there. We'll use them both. Screw it. Let's see how it does. Let's see how it does. So we're going to pop these two, flip, flip, and then you're going to wait for that. Whoops, and then I'm hitting the wrong buttons, so I'm already screwing this up. I'm going to flip that, we'll flip that, and then you can just flip those. Get your Omega as soon as that's pop that, and then flip that. We pop these two together, that, and then that, and then that, and that. So we're actually, mental's not bad at all. Actually, not bad at all. Again, you're gonna spam your cryokinesis for your Omega there. Pop that, pop that, pop that. Again, this is one of those things like Quantum where it's pretty easy. There's not much to it, but it can be a lot of fun. I'm using, like I said, I'm using this basically current loadout on my alternate character with mental. This has really done really well. So as you can see, we're hitting like almost 20 million if you can hit it just right. We're in that 18 to 19 range, which isn't bad. In comparison to Quantum, this is actually doing better than I was with Quantum, so just keep that in mind. And you're basically just trying to hit everything as it pops up here. Well, let's pop this, we'll pop this, we'll pop dude, we'll pop dude, and we'll see how this works now. Pop, and we're gonna pop, and we're gonna pop, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this works here. There's a 30. There we go. That's a big boy right there. No, that's a decent one right there. That's a good one right there, folks. Yeah, that's good. So mental can definitely be pretty good. I mean, clearly that's better, higher numbers than we were getting with Quantum. Right off the bat there. Definitely higher numbers than we were getting with Quantum for sure. Basically just waiting for shit to come off the cooldown. Basically. 22. So we hit, we're right around, so you're basically around 20 million-ish. Pretty consistently. Pretty consistent. Again, if you don't have magma, if you don't have spore pod, I'd probably put a sidekick in here. Basically, the only problem is waiting for stuff to cool down. Right. So you're easily, if I can just hit the buttons the right way, get all the spamminess again. We're doing pretty well here. So to hit 30 for me is usually a pretty good indication of done decent. So, but again, we're right around that. I mean, low end you're 13 to 15. High end without Omega, or without the trinket pets and everything, you're right around 20, which is a pretty decent. So I would say that it definitely does better than the Quantum loadout that we just recently posted. So I'm a fan. I like mental. Yeah, so there you go. Mental is so I would say mental is pretty good. At least and even in the might loadout, again, if you can get it, if you can get the rotation right, you're hitting your buttons. Because I always mess up buttons. It never fails. I always mess up buttons. But yeah, there's really nothing to it. Doing pretty well there. So I don't know. That's all I got. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to conclude this video right here. Mental is a winner. Mental is definitely pretty strong if you do it right. So I'm a fan. No complaints. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. Till next time. See you soon.